Hi, everybody. Final Sunday of the summer season coming to a conclusion. I'm Rod Hill coming to you from Vancouver, off of a nice vacation time back in the Midwest, and always good to get home. High temperature today, 72. Maybe when the final climate report comes out, it'll be up to 73. The big headline tomorrow, Monday, any guesses? 22nd day of September, the autumnal equinox, the official start of the fall season. Local time tomorrow is 11:19 in the morning, 11:19 a.m., the official start of fall Pacific Daylight Time. So we'll kick off the fall season with what looks to be not only a dry Monday, but the entire Monday through Sunday upcoming looks to be really nice. We're going to start off in the 70s. We're going to warm up into the 80s for 2, maybe 3 days, then back into the 70s. I don't have any rain. Well, I guess the earliest rain chance, if the models fudge a little bit, could be this coming Sunday, a week from today. But generally, I think odds right now favor dry weather holding until Monday or Tuesday, which would be a week from tomorrow into Tuesday. Here's the Oregon Garden Resort camera out in Silverton, part of my 19 camera live network. Beautiful, partly to mostly sunny afternoon. The warmest weather this coming week, it looks to be Tuesday and Wednesday. Look at what's going on. This big upper level high ridging up through Nevada, Oregon, Idaho, Washington, and really ridging all the way up through the central provinces of Canada. So this is going to give us, with the light north to east wind, perfectly clear skies. It should be on Tuesday and on Wednesday. I've got both days in the mid 80s, and maybe we get a little bit warmer than that. So that's kind of the headlines of what I'm looking at. As always, brought to you by the Momentous Wealth Podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify for a variety of investment topics meant to educate you. Brought to you by Momentous Wealth Management. Okay, this is going to be a pretty simple video because you know what? There's not much going on. I mentioned this entire upcoming week looks to be really, really nice. So at 5:39 on this Sunday afternoon, radar is showing some showers out near the Idaho border in eastern Oregon, some scattered showers up near to north of Spokane. And by the way, the PDX rain report for that rain that came in this morning, 26 100ths of an inch. That puts us up to 93 100ths for the month of September. And it's very possible that we're not going to see any more rain until we get into October. If that's the case, September, which was projected to be above normal in the rain department, is going to come in at about a half of an inch below. But overall, I think you'll agree it's been a pretty nice September. And we've had a little bit of rain, as we did in August, as we did in July, as we did back in June. Satellite picture. Here's the visible. Notice it's clear along the coast. Watch my cursor. Here's cumulus clouds really popping as we get up into the Cascades. But again, you've got to get out into far eastern Oregon to find where the rain is, and that's from that system that came through here on the west side of our state early this morning. Satellite picture. There's that cold front starting to push out across far eastern Oregon. Here is the dry kind of section behind that. If you look at the upper level flow pattern, this is a 594 high. That's really strong for this time of the year. Right here, sitting out in the Pacific. This ridging is going to start developing and pulling up to the north. It gives us the dry weather on Monday, the warming weather on Tuesday, Wednesday, and right now it looks like we stay dry going into the weekend. So the next weather systems, the one you see back here, will hold off to our west and push up to our north around us. A lot of lightning at this hour, but it's all the way over into Idaho. A little bit of lightning activity up north of Spokane in Washington. So here's what the temperature projections are. So let's get to the meats and or nuts and bolts rather of what's happening. So this is the national blended model. This is tomorrow's highs. Shows 76, 77 in Portland. Shows closer to 70 up around Seattle. 60s at the coast. 70s out in eastern Oregon. Nobody's going to be that hot. Shows upper 80s down into Medford. That's tomorrow. Notice the warming on Tuesday. Mid upper 70s up around Seattle, Olympia, Tacoma, mid 80s in Portland, Salem, 90s just like that down in Medford, low 80s out in the Columbia Basin. Wednesday's a similar forecast, shows 72 in Tillamook. Thursday, a day that all the modeling says we lose our north to northeast wind flow that we're going to have, giving us the warmth on Tuesday, Wednesday. We get back to more of a zonal westerly flow. That's the reason for the knockdown in temperatures. I still think Thursday has the potential to be close to 80. This shows mid 70s in Portland, mid 70s in Salem, about 90 down in Medford. So we'll see. 60s along the coast, mid 80s out in the Columbia Basin. Here's Friday in the Willamette Valley, 70s, really nice. Upper 60s maybe, Seattle. 70 in Seattle on Saturday, 77-ish up and down the I-5 corridor right in here, 80s down in Medford. Really comfortable weather, if not warm, for the very first week of fall. Here's Saturday, a little change. Here's Sunday, it's starting to cool us down a little bit. And again, right now, I think odds favor staying dry through Sunday with rain chances setting up Monday, Tuesday. Now, I haven't talked about low temperatures in a while, but I think we're going to be seeing some really cool, crisp fall mornings. Now, tomorrow morning early, of course, still summer, right? Fall doesn't begin until the 11 o'clock hour. But here are the lows. Look at the 40s. This is mid to upper 40s up and down the Willamette Valley. Pretty comfortable stuff. You've got there's a freezing temperature over around Burns, it looks like 32 in the morning. So chilly temperatures out east in the 30s. Here is Tuesday morning, still down to about 50, not quite as cool in the Willamette Valley. And I hope you pick out your city. So there's you get up around Tacoma, 49 degrees, it looks like Tuesday morning. Here's Wednesday, 50s, a little bit warmer up and down the I-5 corridor. Thursday, low 50s, Friday, 50, low 50s, Saturday. Again, the seasonal norms, by the way, are for Portland 53 for a low and 75 for high. That's where we're at right now as we get ready for the first day of fall. Okay. So the point of that was really comfortable mornings, a couple warm days, Tuesday, Wednesday. Here's a look at the flow pattern. Here's the upper level trough that gave us the rain early this morning, now producing rain out over the Idaho border. Here's the ridging coming into Monday. This is the European 500 millibar flow pattern. Remember I showed you that 594 high center? Well, here it is Monday afternoon as a 588 high center. It's starting to ridge in. So there's the sun and the warming pattern. We get warmer on Tuesday. Look at that high build in. Here's Tuesday morning. We stay warm. There's a 588 high going into Tuesday afternoon. Still warm ridging, making its way up into Oregon and Washington and the central provinces of Canada on Wednesday. Yeah. And then here's that cool down on Thursday. Instead of 80s, 70s, maybe. Notice how the ridging flattens. That's a westerly flow. That's why the models are taking us from 80s down into the 70s starting on Thursday. Maybe we still at 80 on Thursday. And then, there's some weak ridging going into the weekend. That's just confidence that we're still dry on Friday. Here's confidence that we're still dry. Well, let me back it up. This only goes into Sunday morning. So now this is the European model, right? So again, here's that. Shoot, sorry. It's confusing. Goes into Saturday about noon. This is Saturday about noon. So right now, all models show we're all dry into the upcoming weekend. Here's that next weather system. Current timing has a front coming in either Monday or Tuesday from this that would bring, right now it looks like, this is a long ways out. Right now it looks like a chance of some measurable rainfall. Again, we're talking a week from tomorrow, a week from this coming Tuesday. That's the next rain chance. So pretty good stretch of dry weather. These are the current numbers. Really nice afternoon. 75 down in Medford. Let's go around the horn. Look at the heat returning to Medford. 97 Tuesday, 96 Wednesday, 91 Thursday, all dry through Saturday. This shows a slight chance of showers on Sunday. Yeah, it pretty much goes with what we were talking about. Out into Pendleton, here we go. Spelled correctly. Thank you very much. We've got showers out there right now. We've got Monday looking hazy, 74. Tuesday warm up, 82. Wednesday, 87. Thursday, 87. There's a bit of warm up coming down out in Medford. Okay. Up to Seattle, beautiful week. Sunny, 75. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, cooling back down to 70. This shows a slight shower chance on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Remember, starting Thursday, the flow pattern goes more zonal. So that opens up the door for at least some rain chances to be looked at to the north of Portland. So that's why some rain chances show up on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. May or may not happen. The next big front doesn't come in until really the first part of that following Monday into Tuesday. All right. Bend, let's see here. Beautiful weather. 85, 75 tomorrow, 85 Tuesday, 88 Wednesday, 85 Thursday, 80 Friday, all dry. Really beautiful stuff. What about the coast? Remember, it's a north to northeast wind flow that sets up tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So yeah, you've got beautiful sunshine at the beaches. This is Seaside's forecast. 67 tomorrow, 74 Tuesday, near 70 on Wednesday, 65 on Thursday. And then as you get into more of a zonal flow and maybe some low clouds in the morning, maybe some light moisture starting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but really nice at the coast through Thursday. North Bend, probably, North Bend is all dry until a Sunday shower chance. And again, with the north and northeast wind flow, especially tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday, beautiful sunshine. All right. Here's my Portland forecast courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros. I was on vacation. I had this set to the National Weather Service feed. Now it's back to my own personal manual forecast work. I've got some valley fog in the morning, 49, 77 in the afternoon. Beautiful weather. No fog on Tuesday for the most part. All perfectly clear. Light northeast wind, 85, 86. Cooling in the zone of flow. I still think we could hit 80 on Thursday. I've got us really nice on Friday, Saturday, and I've got us dry on Sunday with rain chances developing perhaps that following Monday. So hope you can enjoy the upcoming weather. Good grief. Hey, something I didn't put in here that I wanted to, but the outlooks for October from the National Weather Service are out. And they mimic what the outlook was for September. Remember, the September outlook was above normal, precip, above normal temperatures. For the most part, that's what the Weather Service is looking at in October. Decent chance of showers, above normal temperatures continuing. I'm Rod Hill. I'll talk to you soon. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. You'll be notified when I post. It helps me out too. Thanks for watching.